aboard! All aboard! Ah, well, hello there. So, you're getting on this train, huh? You know, I've been conducting this train for a good couple of years now. Been through a lot with her. I remember the "I got nothing up my butt" incident back in 2019. There was also the Florida man who threw a Bible at a police officer. Oh, and don't get me started about the year 2020. Oh, boy. Ah. So listen, if you're new here, I gotta read this this piece of paper for you. It's sort of a legal thing, you know. Here we go. Warning. The following show may feature some adult language and adult scenarios that are not suitable for those under the age of 18 to 21 years old. If you are under this age, please consult your parents and or legal guardians for permission to listen to this show. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Well, with that out of the way, will you still be getting on? Excellent. Well, let me just punch your ticket for you. And welcome to Trademark's Trainwreck. Good evening, passengers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Trademark's Trainwreck, a show that is featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom, all the time. And with me here tonight is RandomGreymane.
Hello.
And Sherlock.
Evening.
And that's it. Sorry, my brain broke there trying to think of a wacky segue. So, how has this week been, boys?
Well, I can't tell you any particulars, but we started a sexual assault trial involving a federal agent.
Yee. Yeah, the less said about that, the better. What about you, Gray?
My feet hurt from physical therapy, but I got my cheesy iPhone guitar working.
Nice. As for me, and just to give some of the listeners/viewers context, my computer is losing its mind about what the internet is. So some of the editing in this particular episode might be a little bit weird. Because fucking Windows, that's why. Yeah, we were just talking about that before the show started, and literally as soon as I said, "Hey guys, if I disappear mid-sentence," then it happened. So yeah, just a little heads up for the editing. I've got some icebreakers tonight, if we just want to get started right away.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I got nothing either. I mean, I could talk about how I got a transformer today. Way nerd.
No one cares about that.
Yeah, no one cares. Okay. Well, just to start off, I got two candidates from the category of food news. Because, yes, people do weird things with news on a national level. I'm not necessarily sure if this is weird, but it's certainly news to me. We got Carl's Jr. launching a new BLT Ranch Double Cheeseburger.
Okay.
BLT Ranch Burger.
Yeah.
So it is a bacon cheese. It's a ranch bacon cheeseburger because to be a BLT, it needs to be bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
Yes.
You add a burger onto it, it's now a burger.
Yes. It is exactly what it sounds like. There we go.
BBLT?
There's the image.
Okay, so it's a BBLT.
Yes.
Burger, bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
With ranch.
This is
Ugh.
this is just a ranch. This is just a bacon. This is just a ranch bacon cheeseburger. That's all it is. I mean, the fact that there is lettuce and tomato on it makes it superfluous, in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much.
All you Philistines putting ranch on your burgers, that's disgusting.
All you Philistines putting ranch on anything but a salad. And and wings.
Also, that slice of death orb can go off of that burger too.
What did you say?
They were right. They were right in the 1800s. Those are just poisonous nightshade.
What did you say? Poisonous
tomato.
death orb? What?
You don't know that?
The tomato. Yeah, tomato.
Oh, are you going on about that classic story about how everyone thought that fucking tomatoes were poisonous, but then one guy got up on stage and went, "You mean this?"
Yeah. Technically, they are a branch of the nightshade plant. Okay, that's why everybody thought they were poisonous and nobody would eat them.
And that's why they threw up on stage.
Some carny got up on stage and said, "I'm gonna eat tomato."
Because for years, people would throw tomatoes at actors who were doing a shit job, thinking, if I get a good shot at this guy, I could take him out. Turn him into fucking Two-Face.
But, all honestly, like, you should, like, try Wendy's, like, bacon, spicy chicken, ranch sandwich.
That actually doesn't sound bad.
Start talking about Wendy's because, like all of a sudden, I'm gonna want like a Wendy's triple. Which is, if you've ever eaten one, you have never tried to eat a slippier burger.
Yeah,
it just is hard to keep together.
It's a grease ball.
Yeah,
I gave up eating Wendy's burgers a long time ago. As a matter of fact, the only burger I get from fast food restaurants these days, is the Impossible Whopper from Burger King because it tastes good.
Good choice.
I've never had it. I really should try it.
You really should.
Get it with cheese. It's worth the extra 88 cents.
It's so fucking good. Like, we've talked about it on this show, and it's just so good. Hey, look at that! Look who came mid intro sequence. It's the fangirl, ladies and gentlemen. And she is mute. Well, she's here in spirit.
Yeah, I mean, if we have any, like, meatheads listening to us right now, I've been eating it and other things with that have tofu-like substances in them for quite a while now, and I have not noticed anything changing with my meat and 2-veg, so you can all go off.
Oh, did someone have a conniption over the I can't believe it's not meat?
Yep.
No, we're just talking about how, like...
Yeah, we're just talking about it.
The Impossible Burger came up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just breaking the ice with the obligatory dumb food news.
Well, I will say this. They're not the ones. Pizza Hut, when I last ordered from them, had an option of...
The Impossible Meat?
I can't remember the exact name they used. Well, no, it's more like they had not quite sausage.
Yeah, they're making plant-based Italian sausage now, which is cool. And here's the thing: I got a buddy of mine. His restaurant is just down the road from me, and he and his boss, who he went into a partnership with, own a pizzeria, and down the other way, a bar. And his pizzeria is really famous for having an entire vegan, vegetarian, and alternative meat menu. And I tell you what, it's really damn good. So, sorry guys, like, to everyone out there who's like, "Oh, you're a soy boy if you eat the meatless food." I'm like, well, it tastes good and it's actually better for me. So, Fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'll take
my
it.
thing.
Yeah.
If it tastes better, or tastes the same, and it's better for you, or is roughly around the same, but at least gives you some of the plant-based vitamins and garbage that's good for your body, then yeah, who cares? Pile it on.
And again, I say this so often on these shows. In order for you to actually be affected by the hormone levels inside plant-based stuff, which yes, there are a larger levels of uh,
Estrogen.
estrogen inside tofu and other plant-based materials. But do you know how much you'd have to eat in order to actually drop your testosterone levels down significantly? You'd have to eat so much that any benefit from eating plant-based food would be nullified. You would be getting fat off of just plant-based alternative meat products in order for you to drop your testosterone levels and raise your estrogen levels. It's ridiculous. There's only been one person. There's only been one person documented that this actually happened to, and he stopped eating soy, and his testosterone levels went back to normal.
Fanny, you were about to say something?
Another thing to keep in mind, though, do not fear the label. Do not adhere religiously to the label of non-GMO, because to be brutally honest with you, most of the plants that we have today, including the ones that are quote unquote labeled non-GMO, were all originally genetically modified in order to get a certain breed. Think the carrot. The carrot had to be cultivated and even at some points genetically modified for us to get a single bright orange one, because in the wild, carrots are a multitude of colors. The rainbow carrot is the perfect example of what a natural carrot is. So if you're like, I don't want something made out of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are GMO'd. Anyway, moving on. Let's get this train going.
Well, one last thing real quick, because you mentioned Pizza Hut, Fanny. So, from January 5th to January 7th of this year, 2021, Pizza Hut did a thing, which I have to wonder why. They, at 4 locations, 2 in Los Angeles and 2 in the Dallas/Fort Worth area, they had a little promotion going on where they were giving away new nothing but stuffed crust.
Nothing but stuffed crust? Are you talking the entire crust from end to end is stuffed and then they put a pizza on top of it?
No, I mean there is nothing. It's just a circle of crust.
That's a breaded mozzarella stick.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's just a cheese stuffed breadstick ring.
Yes.
It is. It's a ring. It's a cheese stuffed breadstick ring that
pretty much.
If you wanted that, you should just ask them. Just put cheese. Just stuff the cheese in your breadsticks.
It just baffles me that someone thought, hey, people.
Hell.
Yes, Fanny.
Hell, Little Caesars just does cheesy bread.
Yeah, just order the
That's it.
cheesy bread.
Yeah, you can go to Domino's and get like feta and spinach stuffed cheese sticks, or cheesy bread, which are, by the way, amazing, but they're so bad for you.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So it's pina colada, but everybody eats it too.
It's so bad, but so good. But it's,
I mean, what's the appeal here? You get a box that just got a ring in it and some sauce in the center. Is that what you get? Do they at least tie it in a pretzel shape? I mean, you know what?
I have no idea. It's just like,
The pull apart thing where it's like kind of crimped or like made to where like each part is segmented and you could just pull a piece off.
I have no idea. If you folks in the audience could tell us if you were anywhere near these locations and actually participated in the nothing but stuffed crust promotion in the Los Angeles and Dallas-Fort Worth areas, please let us know. we're just dying to understand what the appeal of a fucking circle of crust with cheese in it is.
I mean, at that rate, you might as well just make monkey bread or cheese stuffed monkey bread and sell it alongside a big pot of dipping sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The stuffed crust and stuffed crust pizza for Pizza Hut is actually really good. Okay, but like, it's not something I would want to eat separately. It's part of the damn stuffed crust pizza.
All right, I
Thing
found
you
a
look
picture
forward
of
to
it,
at the end of
guys.
it's the thing you look forward to at the end of the pizza slice.
Yep, that's the promotional picture at least.
It is just a ring. Okay.
I
It's
don't want just the ring of pizza. I want the pizza, and then
It just seems so,
ring.
it seems so wasteful to get that because it's in a pizza box.
Here's the thing. What do they
Can
do
at
with
least
the
fill the empty space with like?
what do they do with the
Can they
rest
at
of the
least
pizza?
just fill the empty space?
Who knows?
They don't quite do it that way. What they probably do is just make, like we said, just make a long fucking tube of bread, then stuff it with the cheese. Fill the empty box with extra bits. Fill it with chicken wings and dipping sauce. Maybe fill it up with like, maybe put like a smaller pizza in the middle.
Ah, man. A crust of appetizers. Something.
Or just a tray of mozzarella, like a little dish of mozzarella, like the stuff they used to cook their baked pasta in, just like that, just marinara sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, man.
Oh.
Or again, just get some fucking cheesy bread.
Yes. Like
It comes in a nice rectangular package in a bag, and they're just sticking out there all warm, fluffy, and delicious and fattening.
Yes.
And you can dip them into the marinara. Boom, deconstructed pizza.
Like this shit is superfluous, and I'm glad that the promotion was only 3 days in before it comes back, before this episode is released on YouTube.
I mean, for fuck's God, fast food companies do this kind of gimmicky crap all the time, and it's so weird and so annoying. I mean, I think the only one that I can think of that has stood the test of time is the McRib.
Yeah, even
You
though
know,
that's
one of these
essentially
days, McDonald's is gonna.
McDonald's is gonna.
Yeah, it's just. You continue yours first.
No, you first. Sorry, I think there's a lag between the two of us.
Mine's kind of a segue. You finish your thought on the McRib.
Well, my thought, even though I haven't tried it, is that apparently the general consensus is it's a yoga mat dipped in sugary barbecue sauce.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
You're not wrong.
you're not wrong. I mean, I
something-
seriously doubt that there's actual rib meat
No, there's
in
not.
the McRib. I think it is a pork byproduct that they slather in some type of barbecue sauce.
Gotta be.
You know what they should do as a great promotion? McDonald's, as a promotion, should do the 60 McNugget belly bomb,
Oh,
where you get 60 chicken McNuggets, where you get a box with you know how they have the baskets of fries now? Just get a basket of fries, and on top of it, just topple the whole thing with 60 chicken nuggets.
And a couple of gallons of sweet tea to go with that.
And a couple of gallons of sweet tea, marketed as a meal for a party, sell it for $15.
Jesus Christ.
And make it available only during special holidays. Boom.
Well,
There you go.
I hate to say it, Chick-fil-A beat them to that. They have a promotional catering thing where you can order a massive thing of their chicken nuggets and waffle fries for
I give
your
no
party.
shit.
Oh,
The problem there is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
gi-
yeah. Problem there is Chick-fil-A, and
Yeah, give the other restaurants a
I
chance.
refuse
Like,
to give them money.
like, say what you want about Chick-fil-A ethically. I'm thinking, I'm going to talk about the practicality of ordering from Chick-fil-A. You got time when you get food from Chick-fil-A because depending on when you get there, you can either breeze through or you're stuck there for a good 10, maybe 20 minutes on a bad day. Because, like, the
And if
lines
it's
are a
on a
mile
snowy
long.
or a rainy day,
Oh,
and Chick-fil-A doesn't do the electronic kiosk anymore. They have live people stand outside and take your order.
Standing
So
outside in
if
the
you're on a
fucking
bad,
sun.
Those poor people.
those
Yeah.
poor minimum wage workers.
Before I boycotted them, I saw that, and it was one summer where it was well before the virus, and it was one summer it was brutally hot, and there was no cloud coverage, and I was just like, "Are you guys okay?" And they're like, "We're fine. We get breaks. We cycle out." They couldn't provide you an aerosol. We don't have any.
Oh,
Jeez.
right.
So yeah, ethically,
So,
don't agree with Chick-fil-A. So McDonald's, give them some competition.
Yeah.
McDonald's, Popeyes.
last thing I'll say about Pizza Hut here. George Orwell, we didn't buy his less is more. We're not going to buy yours either. So,
Anywho, time for the obligatory Trainwreck spiel, where I explain to all two of the new people who showed up here how this show works. We are a dumb news podcast that initially airs on celestiradio.com every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until Daylight Savings hits, then it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about all the dumb news shit that I find over the course of a week, and we just point and laugh at it. We're gonna take a quick little break in just a moment, and then we're gonna head into our softcore material, and then after another break, we are going to talk about the hardcore material, which will be the finale to our show.
sometimes we're a dumb news channel, and sometimes we're a dumb news channel.
Yeah,
That's just the way it works.
we're pretty fucking dumb. Honestly, I thought I was gonna have trouble finding material for this week. I was thoroughly mistaken. I found some things this week.
Pay attention to the context.
Some things.
Lots of things.
Anywho, we're going to take a break real quick. We'll be right back with Trademark's Trainwreck, a show featured on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. Except when, please, give a bottle of water to your local Chick-fil-A employee.
Don't buy their food.
Welcome back, passengers, to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. Oh boy, it is time to start. And we're starting with something really soft. It's one of those cases of the stars aligning. Ohioan named Rock warned not to rock.
Huh?
January 11th. When Ohio cops questioned him about a neighbor's complaint that he was blasting music at 1:30 a.m. on a Saturday, Nathan Rock offered a justification of sorts for his rocking out. Rock, 40 years old, explained that, quote, "You can't play Led Zeppelin quietly."
Some people can beg to differ.
Okay, to be fair, he's right.
I knew it. I knew that you would say
He's correct. He's correct, but 1:30 in the morning is not the time to play Led Zeppelin.
I knew
I
when it
mean, when I like put on like the immigration song from Led Zeppelin to to do some of my workout, I don't turn it down, but I'm wearing headphones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if only QD were here, he would be the fucking, like, he would be like, "I beg to differ, sir. You can blast that shit as loud as you want." Oh, man.
Yes, but not at 1:30 in the fucking morning.
Not at
Not
1:30.
1:30
That's
in the morning.
that's the asshole move. 1:30 in the morning, no.
Most places, in fact, around here, it noise ends at 1:00 a.m. on Saturday. So even here, he's half an hour out.
Mm-hmm.
So, really, guy, it's a dick move.
So, Rock's 60-year-old neighbor told the Erie County Sheriff's Office that he, quote, began to play music loudly and was singing, end quote, which prompted her to text him with a demand that the music be turned down. Rock, who works at a Wendy's near his apartment in Huron, a city 55 miles west of Cleveland, apologized, explaining that he was, quote, trying to practice singing as he intended on booking studio time in the near future to record an album.
Okay.
At 1:30 in the morning.
At 1:30
1:30
in the morning. When a sheriff's deputy spoke with Rock at Wendy's, the aspiring performer copped to the early morning racket and, quote, justified his actions by saying, you can't play Led Zeppelin quietly, end quote.
This might be true by some people's accounts, but you can at least be conscientious of your surroundings and where you get.
Yeah, like...
And the time.
All right, Mr. Rock, you are a 40-plus-year-old man working at a Wendy's. I don't think your singing career is going to take off anytime soon.
I think you missed the boat.
I won't say that. I won't say that because I know plenty of people in that age range that can sing really well. Okay? That said, he's still not supposed to do it at 1 in the morning.
No!
You don't do this. Okay? You know? You don't.
It's why you don't do a fucking, like, video game live stream in an apartment complex at 1:30 in the morning. Because unless you're playing Animal Crossing, a lot of times that session can end with a lot of fucking swearing. Just
Even if you're playing Animal Crossing.
Even if you're playing Animal Crossing.
even if you're playing Animal Crossing. Fuck! I got bit by the spider! Oh god damn, that village is ugly.
Stop giving me pumpkins!
For fuck's sake, I don't need a rain hat!
This
Where the fuck is Raymond?
I would average that Animal Crossing causes more swearing than your average first person shooter. I would just bet like $5.
Yeah, because something happens in a FPS. You're just like, fuck, come on, damn it, hacker. But with Animal Crossing, like, you guys are just like losing your damn minds over like the minutia. They're weird.
Why won't my flowers grow?
fucking blue roses!
I put them next to one another. They should breed this specific color, and I keep getting fucking yellow. Fuck, I don't have enough money to pay for this awesome thing in the shop today.
Mark my words. There's a police call for some sixth grader or something, okay, who's up late with Animal Crossing, swearing at the damn Switch. I can almost guarantee that there is some noise complaint call for that. Almost guaranteed.
Yeah. Anywho, moving on. Actually, wait. No, just one real quick thing. While Rock's statement is certifiably true, the lawman still warned that Rock would be charged with disorderly conduct if police received another noise complaint. Rock stated that he understood. Moral of the story, don't play fucking music at 1:30 in the morning. Okay, next. Oh look, Florida.
What a surprise.
What a surprise.
Man.
That didn't
What did you
take
do
long.
Today, Florida man.
Used a fire extinguisher to dry himself, landed himself in jail, so police say.
Used a fire extinguisher to dry himself off.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yep.
That's not how fire extinguishers work.
Tell that to Florida man. Florida man would hear that and...
I can think of at least one fire extinguisher that would dry somebody off, but they probably would freeze to death afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it sucks all the heat away from you. It's a CO2 fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's a CO2 fire.
The science is there, but the practicality isn't. So this comes from the capital, Tallahassee, where a Florida man who wasn't on fire, ironically enough, was arrested on Tuesday, the week of... When did this happen? Oh, December 31st of last year.
New Year's Eve.
Well, the week
One
of
last
New Year's
bit of-
Eve.
One last bit of stupid before the year ended.
Mhm.
Great.
So he sprayed himself with a fire extinguisher in an attempt to dry himself off. Florida State University police found David Mann, 54, on the top floor of a parking garage with an extinguisher and covered in powder.
Wait. His last name actually is Mann?
Mann. So yes, he is technically Florida Man.
Florida
Well, there we go.
Hey. And just for kicks, I think... Please let the link load for my co-host. There he is.
God,
There he is.
So he sprayed himself down with and the fire extinguisher was the powder variant, apparently.
Yeah.
I guess.
So yeah, that ain't gonna dry you off. That's just gonna cover you in a powder that's a fire inert powdery substance.
Yep. So, Florida Man... So Florida Man, as we're going to call him from now on, told police that he had been drinking and fell asleep and then fell in water when he woke up. He said he was using the fire extinguisher to dry himself off, so say the police. He was charged with interfering with firefighter equipment, a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Because yes, that is a thing. A bit excessive, yep. But when you're dealing with items that are meant to be saving lives and putting out fires rather than being the tools of a dickhead, yeah, kind of appropriate.
I will tell you that it probably costs a couple $100 at least to refill that fire extinguisher.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. One
more reason.
And they're going to pay not only the fee for the chemicals, they're going to pay for the labor, okay, because, that's what it's going to take.
Yep.
If they just don't give them a brand new one and take the old one.
They're supposed to, but 9 times out of 10 they don't. They just fill them from the truck.
Man was being held in the Leon County Jail Wednesday night. Jail records do not list a lawyer for him, probably because the lawyer's argument would be, I got nothing.
It would be that bird
in here for his own safety.
Yeah. So
it would be that bird lawyer from was it Family Guy? Or no, was it Family Guy or was it Simpsons that had the stork lawyer or whatever her name was?
Futurama.
Futurama. There we go.
So, penultimate softcore article, because yes, I only have 8 articles tonight, 4 per category. Oh boy. So when you're looking around on the internet, especially on like sites like Etsy or stuff like that, there's a whole lot of like weird things that you can find for sale. Things that are a little bit questionable. But since this is a softcore material, we're going to be looking into not something that's NSFW, but rather something, well, you'll see. Woman sells train seat covers as crop tops.
Okay. Come again?
Now, I tried to do a little research to make sure that this is genuine. This might be a Photoshop. So, if it turns out that this is fake, I will raise my hands and say, whoopsie doopsie, my bad. But let's at least pretend for the moment that this is real. Woman sells train seat covers as crop tops. There is an online... Yes?
So she went on and stole these things off the train and started selling them?
Let's find out. An online ad has gone viral as it appears to be selling social distancing seat sleeves on Chiltern Railway trains as a fairly questionable crop top. The blue covers have been pictured on the train seats adorned with a demonstrative illustration, along with the message reading, "Keep this seat free to maintain social distancing when possible." Identical versions have now appeared on the fashion marketplace app Depop as an item of clothing for 15 pound, I believe, and have quickly gone viral since people have been left baffled on social media. And I have the what is apparently the actual post in image form right here. It's going to be on the YouTube version. Upload failed. No. Hope that doesn't mean my internet connection's gone shit.
Still talking to us.
Work with me, man.
You're still talking to us, yeah.
Oh, no, the file's just too powerful. For some reason.
It's too much.
It's too
Anyway.
stupid! It's too stupid! There we go.
Anyway, well, first thing I want to point out here is those aren't crop tops. That's a tube top.
Even so, that's not clothing. That's supposed to be a fucking seat cover.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the article is not saying whether or not this woman is taking these things or if she actually is making legitimate tube tops based on that picture, based on the seat covers. Because if you really think about it, that is clever.
It is, but she shouldn't be taking them to make them.
Hypothetically.
No. It doesn't say she's taking them. If she's legitimately making them and getting the same color fabric and getting the same type of, print, and like manufacturing a way to print them exactly the same way, that's really clever. Because that is definitely something I know a lot of, Gen Z, young Gen Z girls in their 20s would want to wear, because it's kind of like, stay the fuck away from me. To respect social distancing, please stay away.
To respect social distancing, but also because you're a fucking creeper, please stay away.
Yes, Gray?
Okay, what was the name? This is for Chiltern Railways, right?
Chiltern Railway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The article that I found was on Small Joys, and it says student accused of stealing seat covers to make crop tops.
Hey!
So she denies the theft and insists she found the covers.
Yeah,
Oh,
found.
okay.
Okay.
Would you mind giving me that article so that I can read a more updated version, please?
I don't know if this is updated, but here it is.
Well, it'll give me more information.
Because the first thing I did while we were talking is you heard me typing. I was looking in Etsy to see if any of them existed in Etsy. And no, I couldn't find any in Etsy.
Well, they're not on Etsy. They're on Depop. Although I don't know if they're on there now, considering all this is going on. We have actually got a image of the seller in question.
We got confirmed.
Maybe.
Well, it's confirmed that her customers like it, so maybe use some of the money you've made to actually start making them properly.
As BBC reported, the seller was identified as 20-year-old fashion student. Oh dear, I am going to mispronounce this name like a motherfucker. I apologize in advance. Mahari Thurston Tyler? Mhari.
Yeah, that's right, Mahari.
Thank you.
Either Mahari or a fun way of saying Mary.
Either.
Or Mari.
Either
Could
way.
be Mari. Could be a silent H.
Yeah, as Grace said, she has denied allegations of theft and insisted that she found the covers balled up on the floor outside the train station, which, given the fucking state of this world, I would be inclined to believe that.
I'd believe that.
I would actually believe
Come
that.
on, girl, you're a fashion student. You got access to make this shit.
You got access to make shit that won't get you in trouble. Ah, man. Well, it's nice to actually
Also,
have more information.
You know that whoever made those for the train company, also they paid like $50 a pop for those fuckers.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because you know a vendor charged them $50 a pop for one of those.
Without a doubt. Fucking train robbery.
But yeah, no, I mean, I totally believe that a bunch of, wankas from England, got on the train, got pissed off that they saw those seat covers on them, pulled them off, wadded them up, and chucked them out the window.
Fuck you! I'll sit where I want. What's that fucking?
She just looked at it and said, "Hey, free cloth."
Soccer hooligans, maybe.
What's that fucking
she saw
meme?
the waist and just said, "Hey, free cloth."
Yeah.
At this point,
So
I don't have to go to the fabric store.
At this point, the world is like that fucking meme from Arthur. That sign can't stop me because I can't read.
I think this chick just saw shit on the floor and just thought, "Hey, free fabric."
Free fabric.
And again, her idea is really good, but as a fashion student girl, you really should make this stuff yourself. Like, use it as a template, but definitely because it
Girl,
is
you have the
popular.
talent. If you have the talent, you can do it.
It's free real estate.
And again, it's a tube top. It's not that hard.
No. Some of us are neophytes at the sewing machine and can make a tube top.
So, speaking of wankers, specifically from London. Oh man, our last softcore article for tonight. There is just bad luck, and then there is bad luck. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's unlucky... Ugh, if my mouth can actually work tonight. The world's unluckiest burglars. Arrested after pocket dialing police during robbery.
Huh. They dial 999.
Let's find out. Not the first time this has happened, and apparently it's not going to be the last. This happened the week of January 8th, 2021. Two hapless burglars have been arrested in the UK after accidentally pocket dialing the police during their crime. An officer in Staffordshire, central England, labeled the thieves the unluckiest burglars and likened them to the ill-fated crooks in the movie Home Alone. He said one of the pair mistakenly sat on his phone and rang 999, the UK's emergency number, allowing officers to hear the crime in progress and ultimately listen in on their colleagues during arresting the duo. I think we have just arrested the world's unluckiest burglars, Chief Inspector John Owen wrote on Twitter. Whilst committing a burglary, one of the bungling burglars has accidentally sat on his phone and dialed 999. We received a call and...
Did he really say bungling burglars?
Oh yeah, it's on his Twitter. I got the fucking Twitter,
God,
buddy.
he's so British.
We received a call detailing all their antics up to the point of hearing our patrols arrive to arrest them. Adding insult to injury, Owen included a gif of the Home Alone character Marv, who proves comically unsuited to a life of crime in the Macaulay Culkin Christmas movie. Thanks. Didn't know that hot fact.
Okay, people. There's 3 places right off the top of my head that you should never bring your phone. Okay? 4 if you count the bedroom. Alright? 1, the toilet. Okay? Stop taking your phones into the toilet with you. Alright? No good can come of this. 2, protests. Don't take your phone to protests. 3rd, when you're committing a crime. Stop taking photos of yourself while committing crimes. Stop having your phone on you while committing crimes. If you're going to commit a crime, don't take your phone.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
If you're gonna commit a crime, don't take a picture of the shit that you just stole and said, "Hey, I did this thing." Her.
Yeah, don't do that either. This is all stupid.
Especially if you get money or jewelry. If you post a picture of yourself and go bling bling or rolling in the bills right after you've done a theft, police are gonna come up and they're gonna make a post and go, "Hey, looking great. Where do you live again?"
Here's a brief little side story that this article provides me, and it's fucking hilarious. In 2016, 2 equally unfortunate robbers held up a McDonald's in France, only to discover that 11 armed members of an elite paramilitary force happened to be eating inside. How the fuck do you miss that?
Why were they there? The paramilitary guys.
Just having some food.
Dude, it's McDonald's. They wanted their goddamn chicken nuggets.
They wanted a McCroissant.
People have to eat too. You can only eat so many MREs. Trust me.
Yeah, I've heard stories about MREs. Some are good, and then there are just those that are just... Yeah.
No, actually,
they're not bad.
Then whoever's saying that they're disgusting must have had some expired ones, because MREs are fucking amazing.
Well, again, it depends who you are and which one they are. I mean, I haven't heard anyone say that they're god awful.
How many you've eaten? So.
Yeah. But anywho,
I had a friend who...
They're guys with guns in McDonald's eating nuggets, okay, and you try and rob the McDonald's. How do you miss the guns? That's the big thing. I can see maybe missing the uniforms. Okay, maybe they've got jackets on. Okay, because it's temperate or they don't want to show their badges or whatnot. Okay,
Yeah.
But how do you miss the guns? These people are armed. How do you miss a bunch of guns?
Well, I mean, unless then they might just have had their sidearms.
This should have just
Still.
This should have resulted in that fucking gif of The Simpsons where Grandpa walks into a building and Bart is on this little podium, and Grandpa just sees him, turns around, and goes right back out the door.
Yes, the burlesque episode. Yes.
They talking about the bordello. No, the burlesque house. Keep your mouth shut.
Anyway, that's our last softcore article for the night. Oh, you two fucking morons. God almighty.
Hand over all your armed McNuggets.
Hand over all your chicken McNuggets. Oh, criminy. We're gonna take another quick break, our last break for the evening, as a matter of fact, so that we can proceed to the hardcore material. But first, anything y'all wanna briefly mention before we proceed?
No.
I still want my goddamn 60 McNugget belly buster, but I don't want it that bad.
Yeah, nobody does.
With the sweet tea.
With
yes,
the
hey,
sweet
British
tea.
people. It's cold tea.
The sweet tea is essential.
It tastes great.
Sweet tea is essential.
Well, see, here's the thing. British
Let's
folk
go.
just like balk at the idea of iced tea.
If you give me unsweet tea, I swear to God.
Ice. Sweet
On
and
that
cold.
note, I think
Let's
we're ready
go.
for
Let's
our
go. Let's head to the food cart on this train.
All right, well then. Once again, folks, you're listening to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all Phantom all the time. Except when we want our fucking chicken McNuggets!
Sweet tea.
Tea!
Welcome back, passengers, to Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all Phantom all the time. It's time to start the hardcore material. It's time for that downward slope. This is where the metaphorical drop in our metaphorical roller coasters begins. Let's start with a wine-drinking villager arrested for allegedly throwing a plate of meatballs.
What is this, in Italy?
Let's find out. I believe this was in Florida, in the Florida villages, which has always baffled me. Though I might be wrong on that, so bear with me. A wine-drinking woman was arrested the week of January 4th, 2021, for allegedly throwing a plate of meatballs at a dining companion on New Year's Day. Linda May Boleo, I apologize, 69, was arrested on a charge of battery in Sumter County. She was arrested on a charge of battery after Sumter County Sheriff's Police deputies responded shortly after 7 p.m. to a 911 call from the village of Liberty Park, in which a man described being hit by a plate which had been thrown at him. And just to double check, Googling Sumter County, yep, that's Florida place. Because, of course. I'm starting to question whether or not this is a true article considering the age of 69, but we do have a photograph of the supposed Linda May Boleo. There we go. But that.
What does our perpetrator look like?
Well, she doesn't look like the Village of Liberty Park sign, as the Discord decided to show you.
Just randomly pick a picture.
Thank you.
Wow, she's wow.
Yeah, she's
interesting. She looks interesting.
I've seen at least 7 women who shop at my current place of employment who resemble this person.
Yep.
So yeah, on par for most 60-year-old ladies.
So upon the arrival of deputies, the man said he and Boleo had been eating a dinner of meatballs while seated at the kitchen island. The man told Boleo, who had been drinking wine, that she needed to eat more, the arrest report said. That's when she allegedly threw the plate at him, leaving him with a scratch on the side of his face. Boleo told deputies that she is, quote, mentally tired and does everything for him, end quote, the report said. So this was just apparent.
Oh, that's a domestic.
Yeah, that's a domestic.
Yeah, that's a domestic.
This woman just had a little bit of a mental break for just a moment, for what was perceived as her husband being critical. At least I think this is her husband. It never says.
Well, they're dating, so.
Or at least they're eating dinner together. Rhode Island native was taken into custody and booked at the Sumter County Detention Center. She was released after posting a $50 bond.
$50, that's it? I've never heard of a bond that low.
Is that possible? Again, that lends credence to this being a fake article that slipped through the crack. The vacuum-tight seal that is Trademark's Trainwreck, which is, it looked real, so I put it in.
Vacuum tight. It's more like a sieve.
Yeah, it's more like a sieve.
Colander, yes.
Well, in any case, moving on. This is a more incredible article. This is some I won't say Shawshank Redemption. Let's call this Diet Shawshank. Because there's no digging a hole through the sewers or some shit like that. This is 6 inmates escaping from a California jail using homemade rope.
Well, okay. What did they make it out of?
Let's
It's
find
been
out.
done before.
Let's find out.
Human hair from my back.
This happened the week of January 11th, 2021. Authorities in California are searching for 6 inmates who managed to escape from Merced County Jail just after midnight on Saturday, January 9th. The men, who are between the ages of 19 and 22, gained access to the roof of the jail and used a homemade rope to scale down the side of the building. Guards did not notice the men were missing until the following morning, giving them an 8-hour head start. Let's see. Any details?
Do they not do random random bed checks? What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, really.
I swear if they use the old bed sheets tied into knots.
Come on, let me know. Sheets fashioned into rope.
Oh, God.
This is fake.
For fuck's sake, they braided sheets to lower themselves about 20 feet down the side of the building and into an alleyway between the sheriff's...
This is a goddamn cartoon!
This
is cartoon physics!
You want to know how much of a cartoon this is? They lowered themselves into an alleyway between the sheriff's office facility and an adjacent building. They were literally just a fucking hop, skip, and a jump to the fucking sheriff's office.
Well, actually, in larger cities, that is how it works. The jail will be really close to the sheriff's office, and usually in the larger, older cities, they're right next to the courthouses. And because they basically have a cordoned off, a wholly isolated corridor for the inmates to basically walk them from the jail to their court appearances. So it would make total sense that, and big cities are crowded, so it would make total sense that there would be an alley separating the jail and the sheriff's office and some other random building.
Yeah, it's just, apparently this has been an issue for some time in this particular sheriff's office, because this jail is, according to Warnk, I assume Sheriff Warnk. Let me check. I gotta find the name of this guy. Sheriff Vern Warnk. Sheriff Vern Warnk.
Vern?
Yep,
Hey,
Vern.
Vern.
Howdy, Vern. Yeah.
Well, hey there, Vern.
Let's see. Yeah, he basically said that, there's protocols in place for a lot of things, but you also have to remember that this jail is very antiquated, and we're continually fixing and repairing different things. This jail was not meant to house the type of inmate that we have now. Okay.
Sorry, Sheriff, but that doesn't. Okay, look. My jail is rather antiquated too. Now, I don't live in as big a city as where this like happened, but this is what the detention officers at the jail that in my city do. They have shifts, and whenever a new shift comes on, they and they have like multiple shifts. Sorry, I'm completely lost the way where I was going with that. But they have, detention officers on duty all night long in the jail, graveyard shifts, like early morning shifts, day shifts. And do you know what they do during these shifts? They patrol the habitations. They patrol the pods. They look and do bed checks and make sure people are still in their beds.
Yeah.
Now, unless they pulled that thing that those guys who escaped from Alcatraz did and made dummies of themselves, I think your deputies need a bit of more training about doing random bed checks, bed patrols during the night.
Let's
Also,
see.
how did they get out of their cells to get to the roof?
Let's see. I'm trying to find that out because according to Vern, the inmates were last seen on video around 11:30 p.m., saying that unless specifically watching that frame or screen on that cell, nothing was out of the ordinary. They've got 30-plus investigators scouring this county and other counties right now conducting an investigation.
If this is true, if this article is true, this was an inside job. Somebody was paid to let these guys out. Okay?
Probably.
Because the odds, okay, I can see one guy doing this. Okay, I can see one guy figuring out the cell. I can see one guy figuring out how to make a dummy. Okay, I can see one guy putting bed sheets together from the laundry. Okay, I can see one guy doing it. This is 6 guys. Okay, in the middle of the night, moving silently. Okay, getting out a window with tied bed sheets into an alley in a city. Okay, no, somebody had to have turned the camera the other way, or looked the other way, or unlocked the cell, or something. This had to have been an inside job as far as I'm concerned.
Just the fact that the police are going, well, you can't blame us, our jail's old. No, guy.
No, you guys weren't doing proper bed checks.
Yeah, something is not connecting here. Like, 6 guys somehow got away from right under your nose. That doesn't happen unless it's in the fucking movies.
Unless
it did happen.
Unless you're in like an Adobe jail in the middle of the desert, okay, all right, that you can like literally break through the walls. I don't ever see things like this happening.
No. Like one guy, maybe. There have been plenty of stories of one guy.
Now, I will clarify, it did actually happen in the Alcatraz breakout that I told you guys about. It was about 6 to 8 guys, and only like 7 of them got out because one of them couldn't get through his cell. But what they did is they made dummies, and when lights out went, they had also been chipping away at the lining to the vents in their cells, which opened up into a crawl space that they could get to the roof. And then they made a raft out of
duct tape
in the what is it? Not the commissary. It's basically where they're learning a trade. There's sewing machines in there, and they were making raincoats, and they made dozens and dozens of raincoats that they stitched together into a raft. And they had made a air pump with a accordion. Yep. And they had each of them was responsible for taking care of a certain part of it. And one guy couldn't get through his hole because he couldn't make it big enough, and they had to leave him behind. So the rest of them got out into the crawl space, got to the roof, lowered themselves down, got to the beach, and then inflated the raft, and then were gone. They've never been found. Neither is the raft. A lot of people say that they probably drowned in the choppy water or got swept out into the Pacific because the current was so bad.
Yeah.
Only
So
three
the
of them.
Mythbusters,
One at a
go
time.
ahead, Gray.
3 of them have known to have managed to reach the shore, but only 3, and they have never been found.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
but yes, go on about the MythBusters thing, because they did a lot of
Mythbusters-
Yeah, they
The
proved that
Mythbusters
it's
actually
plausible.
did this. They proved that it is completely possible if you seal the raft properly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, in spite of the rap
So,
sheet that these guys
This
have,
is a doable thing. This is a doable thing.
so in spite of the rap sheet that these guys have, this has a spot on the train wreck because, holy fuck, when a prison is going, we can't deal with inmates like these. That's exactly what your job is. It's like that.
How about
Yes.
how about we stop the school to prison pipeline? How about we stop that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
And
maybe
then you won't have to deal with these kind of people.
you won't have to deal with these kind of people
Yep.
because they'll
Where
have
was
already-
this again, Trade?
Give me a minute.
California.
California. But if you want a specific spot, Modesto, I think. No, Merced County.
Okay. So,
Are we gonna get into the weeds?
no, I'm just looking at where Merced County is. Oh, Fresno.
Ah,
No. Okay.
Well, Fresno's south of it, but Merced County is like, yeah, it's a pretty sizable area.
mm-hmm.
There's a few big lakes. It's very lush and green.
So everyone in the Merced County of California might be a bit late because of the fucking timing of when this episode of Trademark Trainwreck actually airs. Keep an eye out for these 6 lads here that I'm showing on the YouTube version. And yeah, just be careful out there. And hey, Merced County Jail, quit your whining and actually do something about it, apart from getting investigators to cover your asses.
And it was only 5 days ago.
Well, at the time of recording.
Right, at the time of recording, it was only 5 days ago.
So, who knows? Anywho, next, our penultimate article for the night, and it only gets worse from here. It only gets worse. Oh boy. You remember Jared Leto?
Oh, you mean
we could forget.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
Well,
I bet you anything. What's her name? Robbie, the one who played Harley
Margot
Quinn?
Robbie.
Margot Robbie. I bet she wishes she could forget him.
Yeah.
Well, man sentenced to prison for sending dead rat to ex-wife in Florida.
Okay.
Oh.
Sentenced to okay, is there a restraining order against him or something?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
This is a story from Tampa, Florida, on the week of January 6th, 2021. An Indiana man has been sentenced to 4 years and 10 months in federal prison for threatening his ex-wife over several years and mailing a dead rat to her Florida home. Romney Christopher Ellis, 57, of Indianapolis, Indiana, was sentenced Tuesday in Tampa federal court, according to court records. He pleaded guilty in April to making interstate threats and mailing injurious articles, i.e. the fucking rat.
Okay.
According to a criminal complaint, Ellis had engaged in a 4-year-long campaign of harassment against his ex-wife. Christ alive, man. 4 years.
Be like Elsa, let it go.
Get a life. He made pretty much all kinds of threats, which I cannot repeat on the news here. They were, sexually explicit, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Ellis sent text messages stating that he had traveled from Indiana to Florida to see his ex-wife. Oh, that's lovely. Ellis mailed a package to the victim's home containing a dead rat and a black rose. Oh, how classy of you.
You know, technically, because he sent that black rose, and because there's a history of doing that sort of thing, that could technically be considered a death threat.
I wouldn't be
Because
surprised.
that is actually a known thing that people who murdered other people have done.
Fucking
Okay,
Christ.
so all right, so now what this guy is being busted for, because I just did a quick skim through of 18 U.S. Code 1716, injurious articles as non-mailable, is nothing to do with the fact that he was harassing his ex-wife. I
Alright.
think they basically slapped this on him to get him to leave her alone because they had no other options. All kinds of poisons and articles and compositions containing poisons, and all poisonous animals, insects, reptiles, and all explosives, hazardous materials, inflammable materials, infernal machines, and mechanical, chemical, or other devices or compounds which may ignite or explode, and all diseases, germs, or scabs, and all other natural or artificial articles, compositions, or materials which may kill or injure another, or injure the males or other property, whether or not sealed as first-class matter, are non-mailable matter and shall not be conveyed in the mails or delivered from any post office or station thereof, nor by any officer or employee of the postal service.
In English?
So a dead rat has diseases on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's considered a diseased item, so you don't send
It's
it.
considered a disease item, so non-mailable.
Can we?
Yes.
I would very much like to be done with this. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to be done with this article. This is too much.
Well, our final article for tonight. It doesn't get any better, honestly. It really does not. 'Cause, oh boy. Fucking Florida. What the fuck is wrong with Florida?
Another fucking Florida night, I see.
2 arrested in theft of human skulls from Mount Dora Cemetery.
Of course.
Wow.
Alrighty then.
I could barely believe that this one was real, in all honesty, and if the website hadn't provided the video, I would have ignored this completely. But holy shit. Just holy shit. DNA on cigars led to the arrest of 2 men who pried open caskets and stole human skulls from a Mount Dora cemetery, so they could be used in religious rituals, according to Lake County Sheriff's officials. Just gonna let that sink in. There it is.
Sorry.
It's fine. The men, 43-year-old Brian Montalvo Tolentino and 39-year-old Juan Burgos Lopez, were arrested in Polk County after they were identified through DNA. The remains were stolen in early December from Edgewood Cemetery at 3333 Britt Road. Deputies said while they were investigating, they found cigars that were then sent for DNA processing. The results were run through a database, and the results showed a match to Tolentino of Davenport. A warrant was obtained to get a DNA sample from Tolentino on Wednesday. On that same day, detectives met with Tolentino, and he confessed to going to the cemetery with Lopez, using a crowbar to open the vaults and removing the heads of the deceased.
These boys should be being charged with desecration of a human corpse.
Yep. And
Yeah.
and here's the kick. Some of these skulls belong to veterans, and the Florida men apparently robbed these graves because the veterans have stronger spirits.
Wow. So, boys, how many did they steal? Does it say?
9.
Let me put some things in perspective from a supernatural standpoint. You've just taken the 9 heads of people that already went through combat training in their last life. What do you think their spirits are going to do to your ass?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go with that, among other possible things.
Like, it just baffles me that this early in the year, we're getting fucked up reports like this. Reports that make me question whether or not I should keep them in the initial broadcast of this episode.
Well, Trade, it could be worse. These guys were using the skulls for some type of weird spiritual ritual. It could have been what happened to the corpse at the beginning of Let's Call Saul series.
I don't know, and I don't want to know. Just, let's see. They are facing 4 counts of disturbing the contents of a grave and 4 counts of abuse of a...
4 counts. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
4 counts of desecration of a human corpse. If they charge them each individually with each of that, they could face up to 28 years and pay a fine of $32,000.
Oh, man.
And I don't know. I mean, like, I know how the law works when it comes to like dealing with this. In order to avoid going to a trial, there is a meeting held between the defense attorney and the prosecutor, who basically try and work out a deal to keep a trial from actually happening, because like everyone's really busy and like doing a trial takes a lot of time and money. And if we can get the defendant to cop to a plea deal, why not? So, but I still think because they were 4 separate corpses that they desecrated, they should be charged each individually for them. It's not like if you kill 4 people, the prosecution says, "All right, we'll let you serve all of the stuff all at once instead of like one after the other."
Yeah, no. Nope.
I think we're done for tonight.
Yeah.
Aye.
Pulling the station get done.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio. I apologize if this one was a little bit more dour than before, and if this one violates my own fucking policies that I mentioned in the previous episode. It's amazing that this early in the year 2021 we're getting such fucked up news like this. Just holy shit.
Reminds me of that Friends scene. And Joey's just kind of strung out on a chair, and he's like, "God, what a year!" And Phoebe's like, "It's only been a week." And Joey's like, "And?"
Yeah, I mean, this is what I signed up for when I made this show. I might have to fine tune it here and there, but hey, as long as there's fucked up news, I'm gonna report it. So with me here tonight has been RandomGreymane, Sherlock,
Yep, I was here.
and
That
TheFangirl.
is a fact.
I am going to hibernate for at least a month.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Trademark's Trainwreck on Celestia Radio, all fandom all the time. Our banner art was made by Court Awesome, who you can find on Twitter, and our theme song was made by Marivex, who you can find on Twitter and SoundCloud. All of our social media links are in the description, as are the links to all the aforementioned articles. And with that, my name is Trademark, and good night.
Tag 60p chicken nuggets.
We